All right, well, I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order for the regular city council meeting for Monday, June 28th, 2021. Welcome. It's been a while. So if we could go ahead and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Holly, will you call the roll, please?
Lanyon?
Present.
Pratt?
Present.
Bellinger?
Present.
Weiss? Rhines?
Present.
Gilroy?
Present.
Smith?
Present.
I did receive a note from Councilman Weiss earlier today that he was not going to be able to be here due to a previous commitment. So if someone would like to offer up an excused absence, I would entertain that.
So moved. Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
I know. It's a little different now, right?
We can do that.
Right? And now I'm looking for approval of the agenda for this evening, unless there's changes that need to be made.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Holly, can we have a roll on that?
Pratt?
Yes.
Bellinger?
Yes.
Rhines?
Yes.
Gilroy?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Lanyon?
Yes.
All right. And now is the time when we have an opportunity for audience participation. And it's a maximum of 5 minutes per presentation. And I do see that we have someone in the audience. Come on up. Please state your name and your address for our viewers at home.
My name's Kent Hall. I live at 509 Red Cedar Boulevard. And I almost wore my mask so you couldn't see that I have a little dental problem going on here, so I'm a little self-conscious. But it's important enough that I show up and tell you about a couple things going on. First of all, we got Senate Resolution number 70 with the Michigan Senate for Honor for All with our post-traumatic stress injury awareness day for the state of Michigan. And so that's done for the year. Last year we had 46 states join us in this effort, and we're working on the national level and trying to find a good way to get into it. And we'll see what happens there, and I'll keep you posted. The real reason I came is I get a lot of stuff from Hillsdale University, Hillsdale College, excuse me. And I've been preaching a lot lately about Americanism, that it's time that we do more stuff to educate and make people aware of the importance of our flag, of our national anthem, and of the Declaration of Independence. So timely, I got this in the mail Saturday. And basically what it is, you can go online and you can get a free copy of the Declaration of Independence, one you cannot read and one that you can read. And if you so desire, you can make the pledge that on July 4th, you will read that out loud. Could be with family, could be by yourself, but the idea is to get back to some of our roots that we seem to be getting away from. As an athlete, I participated in a lot of different levels of sports. And the recent thing where someone turned their back while the anthem was playing, the person also turned their back on their teammates. The person that won should have been getting accolades, and she was smiling or as could be. So to me, there's more than just trying to start another thing that it's racist, and I don't want to go there, but I'm just saying it's even more reason to get people to read and really understand what the Declaration says. We are not a racist country, and I think we need to start teaching people that. They're trying to do just the opposite. They, whoever they are, you think you know. So anyway, if you want the email address, just let me know, or I'll leave a copy with you so that you can copy it yourself.
Great.
That's it.
Thanks for being here this evening, Ken. It's good to see you. All right, now moving on our agenda, we have council meeting minutes of June 14th, 2021. I'm looking for a motion to move that forward for approval unless there are changes that need to be made to that.
June 14th, 2021.
Second, Lanyon.
Thank you both. Holly, can I have a roll on that?
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Lanyon,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
All right. Moving along, we have accounts payable, and Noah, you had an opportunity to review, and I know that you sent an email to Corey regarding 2 checks, so if you'd like to proceed.
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a recommendation or a motion to approve check 74438 dated 6/11/2021 through 74468 dated 6/18/2021 and ACH 111 for a total of $68,567.41. And I open the floor for any questions. The reason I posted those 2 questions to Corey was that when I look at the accounts receivable, it's very detailed description, but it always doesn't lead back to what account or what it goes for. So I was trying to lead into that, yeah, we've approved these in previous council minutes, but sometimes it's hard to tie those together, so.
Right.
But any other questions for Corey or myself regarding accounts payable?
If not, I'm looking for support to move that forward.
Second.
All right, thank you. Holly, will you call the roll call for accounts payable?
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Lanyon,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
All right, moving along, we're on to our action items for this evening. We have a couple that we need to do business on, and the first, regretfully, is to accept council member resignation of Gene Smith. He's tenured his resignation. This evening is his last meeting, and also approve a timeline for a new appointment. We have our memo in the packet from Holly, but first I'll let Gene just say a few words. Put you on the spot.
Yeah, you know, I started on the planning commission here and grew into the city council position and then ran again to that position. I had filled the vacancy by Mr. Hall. And then, you know, fast forward 3 years into it, I've grown as a person. I've developed these amazing lifelong relationships. And I really got to see this city just flourish, you know, under the leadership of this council. And just one of the biggest honors of my life, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your leadership as a council member and your efforts, and you will be missed at this table now that we're back here.
Yeah.
And so Holly, go ahead and fill us in on what our timeline looks like.
So I've written out a requested action for you. You would accept his resignation and accept applications until July 6th with the review and interviews taking place at the July 12th meeting. And then you can make your appointment at the July 26th meeting.
Okay.
And that would be within that timeline.
All right.
And if you need to move it out because of the holidays, that's obviously fine too.
All right.
You would- that's fine.
Great. Thank you. All right. It looks like we have somebody that wanted to say something.
Always. I just wanted to say, let the record show that Mr. Smith got a standing ovation from everybody in the audience.
Thank you.
Standing room only.
All right. Well, with regret, I am looking for a motion to move this action forward.
I will regrettably move this action forward.
All right. Do I have support?
I'll second.
All right. Holly, will you call the roll, please?
What
Do you
is
need-
the motion though?
Okay, I can read it.
Yep, so you can put you on the spot
yes.
now.
I apologize, Holly. Lanyon moves to accept the resignation of Councilman Smith with regret and direct the city clerk to accept applications to fill the city council vacancy until July 6th, 2021, with review and interviews taking place at the July 12th regular city council meeting, and the final decision being made at the July 26th, 2021 council meeting.
Thank you. And we had support?
Yep.
All right. Holly, will you call the roll?
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Lanyon,
Yes.
Smith,
Yeah.
Pratt,
Yes.
Bellinger.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you. And again, thank you so much for serving, Jean. It's been an honor to be up here with you.
Very big pleasure.
Next, our action item 8B, we have the appointment of Peter Schall to the Planning Commission for a term to expire 6/30/2024.
I had one question on this. I know he's served previously, and this is just a renewal, but I noticed that his address is in Lansing. Is that acceptable?
Yes. Yeah, we have several boards that will allow for a non-city,
one
just the
member.
one, just one
Being a
member.
non-resident.
I knew that was the case with some of our boards, I just wanted to make sure it was.
Thank you for pointing that out. All right, do I have support for that?
I don't think anybody.
Oh, do we have, I thought, did you want to make that motion since you asked a question?
He's been good on
I'll make a motion to appoint Peter Schall to the Planning Commission for a term to expire 6/30/2024.
Thank
And
you.
I'll support it.
Thank you both. Holly, will you call the roll?
Gilroy,
Yes.
Lanyon,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
All right. Next, action item 8C is appointment of John Roy Castile to the Economic Development TIPA 2A, TIPA 2B for a term to expire 6/30/2027.
I'll move to appoint John Roy Castillo to EDC, TIPA 2A, TIPA 2B for a term to expire 6/30/27.
All right.
And I'll support it.
Thank you both. Holly, will you call the roll?
Lanyon,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes. All right, our last action item of this evening is to appoint council committee member to the MDC of Planning Commission. And I understand that, Brandon, you would like to go ahead and take that role over?
I would be more than happy to.
All right, great. Well, I'd like to go ahead and appoint you then as our representative for Planning Commission. And then Noah, you would still be alternate, correct?
I'm good with that.
All right. If somebody would like to go ahead and make that motion to appoint Brandon Lanyon to the Planning Commission seat as representative with Noah staying as alternate, I would entertain that.
I will make the motion.
All right.
I won't let you down.
For Councilman Brandon Lanyon to take my vacancy at the Planning Commission with Noah Bellinger being the alternate.
Thank you so much. I support.
Second.
Great, thank you both. Holly, will you call the roll on that?
Smith,
Yes.
Pratt,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Lanyon,
Yes.
That concludes our action items for this evening. Moving along, we do not have any discussion items on the agenda. We have not received any correspondence, so we'll head right into department head reports, and we have our memo from Corey. So Corey, I'm gonna turn it right over to you.
Thank you. Just a couple quick things, for Brandon's sake, our planning commission meeting that would normally be next Tuesday has been moved to the following Tuesday, so it's a council planning parks week. So it's gonna be a lot of meetings that week. Speaking of parks, I referenced in the memo that we have 3 projects this year. 2 of them we've had pretty favorable bids. The third, which is the Ingham County Parks and Trail funded canoe kayak launch with parking lot. The bids for that were almost double what our grant amount was. So the Ingham County Parks and Rec Commission met this evening. They had a Zoom meeting at 5:30 that I was on, and I think I started talking at 6:15, so thankfully they got me early on the agenda. Their commission did approve a motion to recommend an additional $108,000 that would, we think, allow us to complete the project. My understanding from talking to the grants coordinator is that there are now 3 additional steps that have to be undertaken to approve that. It goes to 2 committees, including the finance committee, and then it goes to the board of commissioners at the end of this month.
Okay.
So I'm hopeful that that means tonight's approval, it was a unanimous support. And I do just want to recognize the county parks director who, after I gave my little spiel, he chimed in and talked about the current bidding environment and how the county board probably needs to be prepared for a number of projects to come in over what the original estimating was. And so I think his comments probably helped steer that for an approval. So that was fresh news. So we'll wait a month to see what happens with that, and that'll give us a little bit more time to finish the Eagle permitting. So there's 3 reviews that have to happen. It's like part 301, part 302, and part 31, and the first 2 are done. Part 31 is still waiting to finalize.
Can you talk a little bit about the patronicity funding campaign that we have going on? And that way the viewers will know about that.
So the patronicity funding campaign for the public's benefit, it expires at the end of this week. This is for the Old Mill Park reconstruction. We are attempting to raise $40,000. Last I checked this morning, we were around $32,000. I think we had another $100 one come in today. We'll do a final Facebook posting early this week and see if we can't get a few more to come in by the end of the week. So we've had a number of key contributions, and then we've had a couple of, I would say, solid contributions in the $500 to $1,000 range. So it's been those key contributions that have helped, as opposed to a lot of little ones, which I don't think was unexpected. We knew we had a couple key supporters, and that has definitely come to fruition. So if you're interested, if you see this week, you go to patronicity.com/downtown Williamston, or you can go to the park and there's a sign with a QR code you can snap with your photograph. And well, hopefully that comes to a good conclusion, and then that project is expected to start construction after the 4th of July. So there'll be mobilization. There will be a slight traffic shift in Putnam Street. It won't close any lanes, but the far western side will have some cones that'll kind of tighten the area over there as we get started.
Great. And in our packet, you gave us the tentative schedule, barring
Yes.
no significant
Yes.
inclement weather or delays.
Yep.
So again, that's starting next week,
Yep.
July 6th. And if everything goes on track, we should hopefully be completed by October 15th, mid-October.
That is the final date, and that's tied to, you normally don't want to be doing asphalt into late October.
Right.
So they've really stretched that schedule out, where they've got like the key things happening week by week.
Right.
Could go a little faster. If we keep getting rain like this, it will probably drag on.
Okay, all right, well, it's an aggressive schedule, but it's good to know what's going on. And we certainly ask that everybody be patient with this renovation for the boardwalk replacement. It's a great thing that's happening in town, because that boardwalk was put in so long ago and it really needed to be replaced, and we're so fortunate to have been able to receive funding for that. Anything else that you want to talk about off of this? Any questions for Corey from his memo? All right, well, we don't have Chief here this evening. Was there anything from Chief that he wanted to share with us?
He's at the Chiefs Conference this week.
Okay.
Last week he was in training with Bonnie on the new radio system.
Okay.
We've got a new police officer that's expected to start, I think, next week. So we're still trying to fill that last position, and
Great.
work.
All right, great. Well, then I will move right along on the agenda. We are now at subcommittee reports. Would anyone like to share? I know you have been doing planning, and you went to NISA, so I'll go ahead and have.
Planning's okay.
Okay.
We're moving ahead, but I also had the first cemetery board meeting.
Excellent.
And moving forward with that, the cemetery board had an excellent meeting, and they're putting together an RFP to look at redoing the road structures within the cemetery. And they were talking about doing an overlay. I don't know how thick it's going to be, but they were talking about putting that together. Also looking at some landscaping, some other things, and we talked also about fence repair. And it was very disturbing about the fence repair, because the fence has been damaged by deer jumping over and getting caught and breaking their legs.
Oh.
And, I mean, Dan could probably be a little more prescriptive than I am, but it was upsetting.
There was, along the fence line, there was an old fence along Stover's Field that had been there for as long as anyone could remember, but it had long collapsed, been overgrown by weeds, and then the cemetery committee for a long time had thought about putting one in. 3 years ago, decided to put in a new 4-foot fence. It's a very nice looking fence, but it is not tall enough to convince the deer to not try and go over it. And they try to jump it and they can't. So then they get caught in it. It's not a good day for the deer. It's not a good day for any, or the fence. That we have very large gaps in the fence because the fence is not held up well. It was $38,000 put in about 4 years ago, and there are 10, 16-foot sections that are totally had to be removed. Other areas where it's not good, and we don't know exactly how to fix it.
So we're looking at that as well, and then they're also doing some work for future to look at the use of the storage facility, and maybe adding on some more space within that facility. So it was a great meeting. We did it through Zoom, and I had a great time.
All right,
So
great.
all good stuff.
Well, thanks for the update.
And I filled in for Jeff at the NISA meeting 2 weeks ago, Thursday or whatever that was. And the one thing they wanted to make sure that we made public note of, so everybody knew, is that they're extremely grateful for the relationship that they've established since Chief Wolf has taken over. They've always had a good working relationship with the police department, but whenever you go through a transition phase of a chief, they weren't sure how that would work out, and they said that they've really connected well, and they're really grateful for that. So they wanted to make sure that that was noted.
Okay, thank you. Other updates from council members? Any news, activity? All right. Once again, we have an opportunity for audience participation. Anything else? All right, moving right along. We've got council member comments. So I'm gonna start down here at this end with Brandon.
You'll be missed, Gene. It was nice having you for the short time I've been here, and I was on planning. But we'll miss it. Hopefully you'll be around.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I have.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna save you for last. No.
Gene, I want to thank you as well. You know, we've worked together great over the years, so I wish you the best, and stay in touch with us and be friends as always. And then I want to thank the mayor. The mayor actually did a presentation for the Williamston Cub Scout Pack 263 yesterday. We were at the Harris Nature Center, and she had 2 proclamations for the 2 second-year Weeblos that transferred over into the Boy Scout troop.
Yes.
She did a great job. I taped it, so
Yes.
I'll get it out there somehow, but she did a wonderful job, so thank you. for
Yes,
doing that.
yes, it was my honor. It was a great event, and it's nice to see people getting back into those types of events. I think it's so important for families and for kids, and it was neat to be there for Jack and Trey.
Yep.
Little shout out to them.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Tom?
Well, congratulations on the move, Gene, but we will miss you. I'm glad we got to have at least this first and last in-person meeting together. So. That's it for me.
All right, Dan?
Just echo everyone's comments. You're going to be missed, Gene, but I know we're going to still see you around town. You're going to be active with the reserves. I'm looking forward to seeing you working Jubilee and the parades and whatnot with the reserves. And it's been an honor to serve with you. And you've always been good about bouncing things back and forth when needed to, and good advice. Couple quick things on Jubilee. Our website is finally up and going. That has it has the calendar of events on there. It's constantly being updated, so if you don't see something on there currently, it's probably going up in the next couple days, and as we get closer, there'll be more and more stuff added to that. That's redcedarjubilee.com. Also, I was talking with Don Bixler over at Limner Press today. We're working on getting the trifold flyers out that everybody likes. So we're gonna get those printed in the next couple weeks, and you'll be seeing those in all the businesses, so you'll have your schedule to put on your refrigerator. Still waiting. I've got 2 events that I think people are going to be really excited about. We're waiting on a couple final things before we can announce them, but people are really going to like it. Well, what I actually had someone contact me about your event just yesterday with the kids demolition derby, wondering how it works.
Yeah.
So they're getting excited for that too. Tommy runs the Power Wheels demolition derby for
Yeah. We duct tape balloons to them, and the last kid with a balloon is the winner.
Awesome,
That's
that's
sweet.
great.
But that's what I've got, thanks.
Thank you. Jean?
All right, so cumulatively, between the beginning of my career and after retiring, I have over 10 years with volunteering for the Williamston Police Department, and that's gonna continue. I've got no desire to stop doing that. So my service to the community of Williamston will continue in that capacity. You know, we are closing on our new home tomorrow, and so that's taking us outside of the city, but our hearts are always gonna be here in Williamston, and this community will always still be part of the community. You'll still see us at the events, so I'll be sure to say hi. And thank you guys again for just being an amazing council to work with, and the planning commission for that. It's just been a great experience.
Well, we appreciate everything that you've done, the time that you've given to us, but it's taken away from your family. So we appreciate the fact that Sarah and Aaron have been supportive of that for you. And I'm glad to know that you'll still be here in your capacity as a reserve officer, because I think that's so important. You really know the heart of this community. Having started from a very young age, I've seen some old pictures from when you were actually, you know, on the, with the department. So, you know, come back, visit. You know what the schedule is for council.
Yeah.
You know, send us notes if you'd like. But you will be missed, and I appreciate all of your hard work that you've done for the city.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to kind of recap the fact that we are back live and in person, and so this is exciting for us. We have a seat to fill, and so hopefully we'll get some applicants that we'll be able to take a look at, and if because of the holiday schedule we need to push that date back, I'm sure that we can all agree that we want to make sure that we you know, take the time that we are allotted to find somebody that would be a good fit up here at this table with us. I just wanted to touch base a little bit. This past Saturday, we skirted and dodged a bullet with the storm line that went through, and I just really have to say thank you to Jeff Weiss, who kept council members up to date with, in his capacity of emergency management that he has been a part of in his career with Ingham County and Shiawassee County. He was able to give council members an update as to where the storm lines were headed. I was in communication with Corey as well as Chief Wolf with the potential of damaging storms coming through our community, and making sure that we were ready and to be on top of that. And thankfully our community was spared, and I just want to extend our best wishes to those municipalities that were not as fortunate. I believe that there were 5 confirmed touchdowns, so you know, that's always something that we will do our best to make sure that we act swiftly and quickly if that were to happen, but fortunately it did not. I'm so excited to be back at this table with everybody, and you know, it's a shift again as we come out of this past year and a half, and you'll see that the rest of our boards will be coming back in person. We have Jubilee to look forward to. It's so exciting. The other thing I wanted to mention was our DDA board members, Susan Bird and Emily Sutton-Smith, have done an amazing job with finding volunteers to take over the plantings of our downtown planter boxes throughout the city. There's 18 of them. And if you've not had an opportunity to walk through downtown and see the amazing volunteer jobs that people have done, they're so unique and dynamically different. And the planter boxes are not just downtown in the Four Corners area, but also over in McCormick Park. So I would highly suggest getting out and walking through town. What people have done has truly been neat. In fact, I wanted to do one, and I was told there was a waiting list. So that's how you know, fast it took off, and people have really stepped up and maintained the boxes, and they look great. I can't wait for people to come into our community for Jubilee this year. That event was so missed last year, and there's so many other things going on. We've got band shell at McCormick Park that's going to be starting up in about another week. That schedule is available, I believe, through Facebook and also through their organization. I know all of our service organizations are starting to meet on a more regular basis too. So there's a lot of activity happening in Williamston again, and it's so nice to see that. And so with that,
Don't forget the farmer's market.
and the farmer's market on Sundays, that is correct. Farmer's market, 2 Sundays ago, had over 30 vendors. You cannot miss a good time at the farmer's market, and so, you know, like I said, everything is coming back. So there's lots going on this summer. Don't miss out. If you need information on anything, you can always contact our city staff offices, and if we don't have an answer, we'll help you find the answer or point you in the right direction. And so with that, at 7:29, I will go ahead and call to adjourn this meeting.